Good morning and welcome to Blendertainment. I'm your host, Andy Sullivan. Going to start out with a little NASCAR from Saturday night. This was the cutoff race for the cutoff race before the playoffs, rather. Kyle Larson won stage 1. It was his 9th stage victory of the season. Ross Chastain won stage 2, and Blaney won the final stage. This one that kept his teammate Alex Bowman in the playoffs. Playoff standings are as follows. 16. There are 16 in the playoffs. The bottom 4 is the cutoff point. So 16 is Alex Bowman. 15 is Austin Dillon. 14, Tyler Reddick. 13, Josh Berry. Those 4 are in danger of being the first eliminated unless one of them wins the next few races. Number 12 is Joey Logano. 11, Ross Chastain. 10, Austin Cindric. 9, Bubba Wallace. 8, Chase Briscoe. 7, Chase Elliott. 6, Shane Van Gisbergen. 5th, Christopher Bell. 4th, Ryan Blaney. Dave's his father. 3rd, Denny Hamlin. 2nd, William Byron. And kicking off the playoffs at the top spot with 26 points is Kyle Larson. Now, some more NASCAR news. Colleague Racing will team with Ram to expand into the Craftsman Truck Series next season. That's interesting. As far as I know, no news about a driver just yet. And in basketball news, it escaped me last week that John Wall retired. Of course, John Wall brought Kentucky the 2012 championship, went on to have a good, 2012 championship, 2010. No, he didn't win the championship, I'm sorry. I wish he did. That was wishful thinking. He was the first pick in the 2010 NBA draft. He was the National and SEC Player of the Year in 2010. And in his post-playing career, he will join the NBA on Prime next year. Wednesday, August 20th, had some big news as far as WWE is concerned. We knew WWE would partner with ESPN, but it was originally slated that it'd start in 2026. Well, last Wednesday, it was revealed that the WWE and ESPN partnership would begin in September. Their first event on ESPN will be Clash in Paris. No, excuse me. Peacock's last event will be Clash in Paris because it is August 31st. It's this weekend. And speaking of Clash in Paris, give you a little match preview of it. As of now, there are only 4 matches that are supposed to take place, I believe. John Cena versus Logan Paul. in his retirement tour. Now, a lot of people online have been saying that this retirement tour from John Cena has been lackluster. He says he picks his opponents. The know-it-alls online say, no, Triple H does, and he's doing a horrible job. He's doing a horrible job as CEO. He should be burned at the stake or whatever. But anyway, Cena versus Logan Paul is going to happen this weekend at Clash in Paris. World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins will retain somehow versus CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight in a fatal four-way. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Now, unless Roman Reigns wants a little bit more time off again, he's got to win this, right? I mean, him and Jey lost at SummerSlam, and then the next night, Jey was nowhere to be found as Seth's crew beat the crap out of him. So I would think Roman probably goes over here. Sheamus versus Rusev in basically a street fight. Come on. They're labeling it a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. They've had one of these before. It's basically a street fight. I'm going to go with Sheamus. And one notable change is Naomi relinquished her women's title due to pregnancy, removing a previously teased defense with the number one contender Stephanie McCurry. Now, they have not announced yet what's going to go down this weekend as far as the title is concerned. They need to do that. They've got a Raw today. It's being taped. I think are they in France? Anyway, so I expect that to be announced today. But anyway, that is, those are the matches confirmed for Clash in Paris this weekend. It looks like, okay, let's get to Raw. Roman Reigns will kick off Monday's go-home show before Clash in Paris. It was announced this week that Roman Reigns will go one-on-one with Bronson Reed at Clash in Paris in what has become a personal rivalry between the two, and Raw General Manager Adam Pearce has revealed that Reigns will kick off Raw. Reed has become the tribal thief after stealing Reigns' sneakers on multiple occasions and the Shulafala, because he wears the shoes around his neck, okay. Figures to be a big focus in the highly anticipated showdown. That is one good thing about Roman Reigns. He will elevate guys that he's infused with. Seth Rollins will defend the World Heavyweight title against CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso in a fatal four-way, as I've said. The numbers game have been an advantage for Rollins' group since WrestleMania 41, but the math is in the favor of the three rivals. But Seth is going to retain. I'll just spoiler alert right there. 2 matches have been announced for Raw. The Judgment Day duo Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez took aim at Io Sky after Sky defeated Rodriguez last week on Raw, and it was Rhea Ripley who made the save. This sets up an intriguing match between Ripley and Perez, but the most significant story will be whether Asuka and Kairi play a role, given Asuka's issue with Io turning down the assistance of her former Damage Control friends. It's going to bust up. I'm kind of surprised it hasn't already. Also set for the card is Penta versus Kofi Kingston, with Penta coming off a win against Xavier Woods a week ago. I tell you, this Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston heel turn, it ain't working. It's when they come on, it's not as bad as when Mercedes Moné comes on AEW TV. I don't think anything's that bad. But yeah, it's just kind of New Day. I'm just kind of over it. Can Pierce and officials keep Sheamus and Rusev from destroying each other before their match at Clash in Paris? Well, probably not. Roman Reigns kicks off the show. Nikki Bella calls out Becky Lynch. Really surprised that that match isn't happening at Clash. I thought that's where they were going. Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez is going to happen. Penta versus Kofi. So, yeah, their standard 2 matches. Well, it is a good thing that the show is only... It's a good thing that the show has a fluctuating time period, because when they did 2 matches every 3-hour show, it was just absurd. Let's see what else we have here. Something else WWE, anything else WWE related? Let's look down. No. Going back to NASCAR, 3-time Truck Series champion Matt Crafton has announced he will retire after the 2025 season. Ty Majeski will drive the number 88 Thor Sport Racing truck in 2026. I'm not an avid truck watcher, so I didn't know. I thought Thor Sport Racing, what is that? Did not know there was a team called Thor Sport Racing. Forbidden Door was yesterday. I did not get the pay-per-view because I thought that it was going to be on at nighttime, and we have Revival this week, so I thought, well, no point in doing that. Well, guess what? It wasn't on at night. It was like last year's All Out, which was overseas, or All In, rather, and it started at 12 o'clock. So I could have got it because we got home from church early because had something else to do that afternoon. But anyway, it's all right. I got a book read, so it's fine. That's a productive day whenever I can do that. Forbidden Door recap. World Trios Championship, the Ops defeated the Bullet Club War Dogs. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeated Killswitch and Kip Sabian. TNT Championship, Kyle Fletcher defeated Hiromu Takahashi, and Wardlow finally returned. TBS Championship, Fatal 4-Way, Mercedes Moné, of course, defeated Bozilla, Alex Windsor, and Paris Phone. Alex Windsor, by the way, the wife of Will Ospreay. Did not know that. IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Nigel McGuinness. AEW World Tag Team 3-Way, Bandito and Brody King defeated the Hurt Business and FTR to win the championship. AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm defeated ROH Women's World Championship or World Champion Athena. AEW World Championship match, Hangman Adam Page successfully defended against MJF. But MJF still got that briefcase. So MJF will eventually beat Hangman for the world title, but it's going to be an impromptu, like the Money in the Bank. I like to say Tony Khan ripped off Money in the Bank, but well, yeah, I'm going to stick with that. But anyway, Lights Out Steel Cage match, Darby Allin, the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Will Ospreay defeated the Death Riders of Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Gabe Kidd, and the Young Bucks. But there was a casualty. Will Ospreay got injured because he has to have surgery. So they wrote him off by breaking his neck. That's what they'll say. I think sold out crowd in O2 Arena, which yesterday the AEW fans and I think Tony Khan himself made a point of saying, "Ha ha ha, we beat WWE." He loves that, and it's really weird. Focus on your own, man. So, what will happen on AEW Dynamite? What will be the Forbidden Door fallout? We'll see. And tomorrow night, well, I'll tell you, I usually do Tonight Show stuff, but Jimmy and the crew are off again this week, so no Tonight Show this week. And Kelly Clarkson's still on her summer sabbatical, which I think, given everything that has happened, I believe is probably going to go into, probably going to go into 2026, if I had my guess. I know it's September. Usually those shows come back in September. But anyway, her Songs and Stories Season 2 is tonight at 9 with Gloria Estefan this week. I will tell you this. Yesterday, I went online to see about fall TV shows. And let's see, I've got it here somewhere. You know what? I was going through Twitter, but it is just easier to it's easier to go through this. I was looking at it yesterday, so it's easier to go through the your past history on the internet. Let's see, the Eye is losing 3 of its acronym. Yeah, 3 TV shows. Gone are FBI International, FBI Most Wanted, and SWAT, all of which were canceled, but Friends of the All Caps series shouldn't worry because CBS is adding 3 new shows, which will probably be canceled in a year or two, with big capital letters: CIA, DMV, and Y Marshals. One of those shows will be slotted on Monday, starting October 13th, with New Colony DMV, which I predict will last 1 season, just like its predecessor, Papa's House, did. Following the last season of The Neighborhood, DMV stars Harriet Dyer, Tim Meadows, and Tony Calero, and is set at a Department of Motor Vehicles office. What I want to know is when DMV gets canceled, what are they going to put not only in the Neighborhood spot, because the Neighborhood will be gone, but what are they going to put after that? Another NCIS? Question mark. With the cancellation of 2 FBI series, Tuesdays are taken over by a trio of NCIS shows. NCIS is moving from Monday, where it's been forever, to Tuesday. NCIS Origins and NCIS Sydney are also going to be on Tuesday, beginning October 14th. Wednesdays feature the familiar pairing of Survivor and Amazing Race. They get an earlier start in late September, with game shows and the new crime series Harlan Coben's Final Twist taking over in midwinter. I have not heard about this show. In the latter series, the popular author will present crime cases with unusual twists. Come spring, Survivor returns for its 50th season, and will be followed by the new reality cooking series America's Culinary Cup, hosted by Padma Lakshmi. Interesting that got a CBS call instead of the Food Network, but okay. Thursdays remain unchanged with George and Manny's First Marriage, Ghosts, Matlock, and Elsbeth, but Fridays has a mostly new look, but with familiar faces. Starting the evening at 7 is the new drama, not new drama because it was on last year, but they say the new drama, Fire Country spinoff, Sheriff Country, starring Morena Baccarin is the keeper of laws in Edgewater, a small California town where Fire Country takes place. Next year we'll probably see Doctor Country. New season of Fire Country at 8, followed by Boston Blue at 9, a spinoff of the canceled Blue Bloods that follows Donnie Wahlberg's character Danny Reagan as he moves from the Big Apple to Beantown. However, for their premieres on October 17th, Fire Country and Sheriff Country will swap spots, likely to ease new fans into Sheriff Country with a Fire Country lead-in. Sundays are once again anchored by Tracker, which enters its 3rd season. In the fall, it will be followed by The Road, a new music competition series produced by Taylor Sheridan. In the spring, Tracker will lead into the new series Y Marshals, that's a working title, a spin-off of Yellowstone starring Luke Grimes, whose Yellowstone character Casey Dutton joins the U.S. Marshals in Montana. CIA was originally scheduled to premiere in the fall on Monday, but in but in July it was moved to the spring while it undergoes a showrunner switcheroo. That is not really a great thing when a brand new show that hasn't even premiered yet is already looking for a new showrunner. But we'll see how that goes. CIA is a spinoff of FBI, or if you ask CIS, it's a universe expansion of the FBI series and stars Lucifer's Tom Ellis as a reckless CIA agent partnered with the by-the-book FBI agent who is yet to be cast. "48 Hours, 60 Minutes, Amazing Race, Elsbeth, FBI, Fire Country, George and Mandy's First Marriage, Ghost, Hollywood Squares, Matlock, NCIS Origins, NCIS Sydney, Neighborhood, Survivor, Tracker, and Watson have all been renewed. Boston Blue, DMV, The Road, Sheriff Country, America's Culinary Cup, Harlan Coben's Final Twist, and Why Marshals are the new series. Canceled shows: Blue Bloods, The Equalizer, FBI International, FBI Most Wanted, Papa's House, which was awful, The Summit, and SWAT. So Monday night, we're going to see The Neighborhood at 7, DMV at 7:30, 8 p.m. FBI, 9 p.m. Watson. Tuesday, NCIS night. NCIS followed NCIS Origins and NCIS Sydney. Wednesday, Survivor and Amazing Race. Thursday, Hollywood Squares, Price is Right at Night, and Harlan Coben's Final Twist. Wednesday night, Spring, Survivor, America's Culinary Cup, Hollywood Squares. Thursday night, George and Mandy's First Marriage, Ghost, Matlock, and Elsbeth. Friday night, Sheriff Country, Fire Country, and Boston Blue. Saturday night, drama repeats in 48 hours. Sunday night, CBS has 60 Minutes, Tracker, The Road, and a repeat of something. Sunday night in the spring, 60 Minutes, Tracker, Why Marshals, and To Be Determined. September 7th on CBS is the 2025 VMAs. Yes, the VMAs are coming to CBS. That should be a train wreck. September 14th, the Emmy Awards. September 21st, a Grammy salute to Earth, Wind, and Fire, titled The 21st Night of September. Oh, that is clever. September 24th, season 49 of Survivor. September 25th, season 38 of The Amazing Race. Saturday the 27th, 48 Hours. Matlock Season 2 premiere sneak peek on October 12th. October 13th, the final season of The Neighborhood premieres at 7, followed by DMV, FBI, and all that stuff. And then that week, the rest of the shows that I've already told you about. So that is what CBS has got for us. Next week, I'll come at you with the rest of it. Actually, wait a minute. Maybe I can find that now. Yeah, here I believe we are. Oh, wow, they're giving Jimmy Fallon a new show. Okay. Renewed TV shows and returning shows: Brilliant Minds, St. Denis Medical, Happiest Place, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Law and Order SVU, The Voice, Saturday Night Live. New shows: On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. Canceled shows: Lopez versus Lopez. Honestly, I'm surprised it took him this long to cancel that. Night Court. Again, surprised it took him this long. Found. The Irrational. Wow. Suits LA. Grosse Pointe Garden Society. New TV shows premiering at mid-season that'll probably get canceled: The Hunting Party, The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins, and Stumble. Some I haven't heard of. Scheduled Monday, The Voice at 8, or that's 7, and then Brilliant Mind Season 2 to follow. Tuesday. Okay, Monday night schedule in November: St. Denis Medical, The Voice, and Brilliant Minds. Tuesday schedule in September: The Voice and On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. Tuesday night in October, November, they have the NBA. Wednesday, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. Thursday, Law and Order SVU, and Law and Order Organized Crime. So they moved away from their comedy Thursday night a long time ago. For years, Thursday night was their comedy night. Friday night, On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, Season 1, followed by Dateline. I still do not know. Let's see. Let's look up On Brand with Jimmy Fallon and see what that is, since they don't want to tell. Marketing pros compete in creative challenges, crafting jingles, brand experiences, and ads while working directly with real companies. One winner takes home the title and prize money. That's going to last one season, if that. I'll just tell you right now. That's going to last one season, if that. Let's see, I've done CBS, I've done NBC, let's go ABC. "911 Nashville" and "The Golden Bachelor" are the High Potential Season 2. Let's see. Okay, Wednesday, October 21st. They skip over Monday and Tuesday. So, as I predicted, they really, after they canceled the Connors, that's it for their comedies. Because Tuesday night, Monday night is Monday Night Football. Tuesday is Dancing with the Stars, is coming back to ABC. It'll be simulcast on Disney Plus, and then High Potential at 9. Wednesday, The Golden Bachelor and Shark Tank. They don't have anything for Thursday. Friday, Celebrity Wheel of Fortune in 2020. Sunday, America's Funniest Home Videos and the Wonderful World of Disney. Wednesday, October 1st, Shifting Gears, Abbott Elementary, and The Golden Bachelor premiere. Golden Bachelor moves into his regular time slot, rather. Thursday, 911, followed by the series premiere of 911 Nashville, and then Grey's Anatomy. About 911 Nashville, the newest entry into the franchise. 911 Nashville is a high-octane procedural about heroic first responders as well as their family saga of power and glamour set in one of the America's most diverse and dynamic cities. The all-new series stars Chris O'Donnell, Jessica Capshaw, Kimberly Williams-Paisley, and Leanne Rimes, Haley Kilgore, Michael Provost, Wani Feliz, and Hunter McVeigh. 911 Nashville is produced by 20th Century and associated with Ryan Murphy Television. Okay, so ABC, the cupboard's kind of bare. So does ABC, let me look at this. I think they, for the first time in, they've got Shifting Gears Shifting Gears, Abbott Elementary. Aside from Shifting Gears and Abbott Elementary, ABC has gotten out of the comedy business. Yeah. I figured they had with the end of the Connors last year. I thought, well, that's not great for their comedy lineup. So that is it for this week. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll be back next week to with some more stuff. And be calm, be cool, be courageous. Have a great week, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.